Well, there's a new construction sales event that's been extended, and that's pretty exciting, really. Last week, in fact, it wasn't until like Friday, I said, hey, this weekend, Saturday, Sunday, well, DR Horton has decided to extend that sale. So that sends a message to me that, number one, they didn't get their messaging through. I did the best I could, but I'm excited that it's extended one more week because I think there's some opportunity, especially for first-time home buyers. And I also want to talk about veterans today as we look at the financing. I focused some last week on, some of the different spots on the map. Let's just face it, DR Horton is everywhere, from all the way up in Statesville and Troutman, Sherrills Ford, all the way down to Clover and York and over to Monroe. In fact, Donnie Morris and I are going to shoot at DR Horton in Monroe tomorrow, I believe. So I'm excited about it. We like DR Horton. They're consistent, and they seem to be really trying to make it but fair for first-time home buyers. But here's what I found. When they say up to $10,000 in closing costs as part of this sale, it's a cool thing about closing costs that you can sometimes use those to buy down a rate. I'm going to show you a financing scenario and talk about what that might look like to you, especially if you've never bought a home before and you're not familiar with all of the different components, the P, the I, the T, the I, etc. So we're going to talk about that here in just a second. And plus they say, and special interest rates. So what they've done is taken their profit margin and say, hey, we're going to find a way to try to whittle that down a little bit to help buyers get through this kind of ugliness of the interest rates having gone up. So Abriel Ridge is one of the ones down in York, South Carolina. This is the DR Horton's Express Homes product, primarily for first-time home buyers. They have a thing where they say we've got homes for every stage of life. So a first-time home buyer, they're going to stack a two-story basically and give you as many bedrooms as possible in as small a footprint as possible, because the price of the dirt, if you're a subscriber of mine, you know what I'm getting ready to say, determines the price of the home. So if they can get by with a little less dirt, they can sell more homes in a particular, square mile, then hopefully they can make that more affordable. So, and then, the special interest rates, that's kind of exciting. So let's just dive into one here. Abriel Ridge, by the way, is one of many on this list. We've got townhomes up in Sherrills Ford. We've got Troutman up north too. There's some great up there. Crossroads over in Locust. I went into detail last week about how much I enjoyed that. And by the way, guys, if you want a copy of this particular document that I'm looking at, let me know. Gastonia is here. You can text me or call me if you're looking for a real estate agent. Now, we don't like just handing these out to just anybody. We want to serve our clients, but some of this we hold a little close to the vest because we realize that representing our buyers, we're kind of competing with other agents. Like I had a text from another agent who did not identify herself as such and said, hey, what about some new information? I saw your video on this. What's some new information? Now, not knowing she was an agent, giving her information would maybe compete with some of our actual clients having that information. If you know what I mean, fiduciary. We're devoted to getting you the best scenario. And I do realize that agents are watching the channel. I appreciate that. But every agent has the same opportunity that we do to get information. And so I kind of preface that with, hey, if you don't have an agent, we'd be glad to blah, blah, blah. So Vineyards at Lake Wally, by the way, we're excited about some of the stuff going on there. Ranch homes right close to the airport. So that's pretty cool stuff. And then Wildbrook is up. I got that highlighted because I was up there. They're doing ranch homes too. They've got a couple of azaleas in the 436 to 439 range in Wildbrook. So that's a great area kind of in the Denver area. So here's what I want to do. Just for fun and let's just do it with that. Let me go to Wildbrook. Let me just pull that up just for fun because I was there. I'll tell you what, no, let's do it right here at the Vineyards because our good friend Chris Beard works for the seller, is out there. And he asked me to come shoot an azalea, which we just never got out there to do it. But let's just pull up this particular plan and this particular house, and let's look at the financing and the deal on that. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people that are buying ranch homes, especially in 55 plus, they may not need a mortgage. You know, talking about different stages of life where they maybe have accumulated, enough money to buy it, just cash out that way. But everybody's at a different stage of life. But here where it says, see estimated payment details. Now we're clicking on this one that related to the Dover. Let me move myself out of the way a little bit. So when it says $29.63 monthly payment, principal and interest is the P. That's P and I. Taxes is the T. That's property tax to the county. And I is insurance. Now then you've got mortgage insurance. That's the ugly little gorilla in the room. But let's say this is with you putting 20% down. Not everybody has 93 grand to put down, right? So at a price of that, and you don't have that much money, we go to our option. Well, can I buy that with 5% down? Well, let's see how much that changes. Now I've got $23,000 that I'm putting down, and here's how my payment has changed. Plus I've got that ugly little mortgage insurance. So if you got 20% down, notice there's no mortgage insurance. Right there, I've got no mortgage insurance because I've got 20% down. What is mortgage insurance? That's the insurance policy that the lender makes you buy. That's your price to pay. They make you buy it to protect their interests. I get it, but I don't like it, but I get it. If you put 20% down, you've got enough skin in the game, they ain't worried too much about you. But if you go down here and you've got 3.5% say down, then they want $204 a month for mortgage insurance. So again, with these sales items, it says here that for this week, and this ends this coming weekend, if you use their lender, which is DHI, the DR Horton lender, then there are some special interest rates, and maybe some of that $10,000 closing cost could be used to buy down the rate. So maybe instead of 3.5 or 5, you could buy it down, which would lower your payment. So this is why, with so many moving parts, you really want to have a good buyer agent. I know you go into, it's like going to buy a car. You go there and you talk to the slick salesperson. Then you come up with a number. They bring their manager by. Then they take you into the finance room. Ooh, that's where they get you. That's how they get you. And so if you go in to buy a house without someone on your side, a buyer agent, it might feel kind of like that. So we're going to protect you and help you, number one, to get what you want, but number two, not to be bullied by a sales agent. Not that they would do that. Of course not. But anyway, 463. Now, what if you're a veteran? Veterans have, again, thank you for your service, can often with that VA loan, and I've got a guy on my team who is a veteran. He loves working with veterans, Donnie Morrison. But they can all of my team can work with veterans. We're going to get you in front of the lender. We know the programs, so you don't have to be a vet to help you with a VA loan. But I'm proud of having Donnie on the team. So how does that change that 3648 with 0 down? Well, you're putting 0 down, and then you have no mortgage insurance. It looks like here, so that's pretty sweet. And the interest rate changes a little bit. You do have property tax and all that. So wow. So that's that with 0 down. So there are a lot of scenarios here, guys. And what I would just urge you to do is, if you are the least bit interested, then we would love to connect with you. And the way it works in our world is you call me. I'll connect you to one of my team members. It might be based on you say, hey, I want to work with a veteran, or hey, I'm going to be in town next weekend. Who do you have available? So there are a lot of, I had somebody last week say, hey, could you give me either Rodney or Denise? Those are names that they see quite often. So between Rodney and Denise and Donnie and Joe Top, he's the only native Charlottean. He grew up here. We'd love to help you. So give me a call. Again, this new home sales event has been extended into this week. It ends on Sunday, up to $10,000 in closing costs and special interest rates by using their lender. And we'll be there to guide you along the way. By the way, our fee is built into the price, so you don't pay any extra. And no, you don't get a discount if you do not have an agent, but they like working with our team. They like working with agents that know what they're talking about and that can help guide you through the many moving parts. So guys, give me a call, subscribe, like, share, all the stuff that the kids do, but couple it with a phone call. That's the stuff that old school people do, OG like me, old guy. And my number is 704-345-3400. We can help you sell your home in the greater Charlotte area, in North and South Carolina. Plus, we can also help you with new construction and resale. We do it all. We love it all. And if I've earned your trust over my videos, I've got about 3,200 videos over 10 years, then I'd love to do just that. So 704-345-3400. I'll see you in the next one.